Hey YouTube, Alex Conley here, and in today's video, I want to answer the question, how do you adjust to a new place? And I've dealt with this question a number of times in my travels. I've been to over a dozen countries at this point, and I find myself trying to systematize the process. Um, so I'm going to go ahead and get a couple things out of the way and then start the conversation. So the first thing I gotta ask, of course, if you enjoy this content, definitely give me a thumbs up. It helps with the YouTube algorithm to share my video with other people. The next thing I'm gonna say, if you enjoy this content, if you want to see more content like it, definitely subscribe to the channel. And the last thing I'm gonna say, comment and let me know what you think. If you agree or disagree, I want to know. And it could definitely help us figure out some things. So the first factor I'm going to mention here, this is probably what's on a lot of people's mind, but I get the basics out of the way. I head straight to my accommodation, and I like to sleep, shower and eat, and then sleep. Um, Sometimes this doesn't necessarily work in my favor in case like I get there, I don't know, mid-afternoon, but I've gone through a really long time change. Then I could be in a situation where I'm waking up at 2, 3 a.m. and falling asleep at like 11 a.m., noon. Um, it gets kind of wonky. Sometimes it affects me, sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes for some reason I'm able to get there and stay awake until nighttime and sleep and adjust automatically. Your mileage will definitely vary when it comes to how effective uh, you're able to sort of figure out what helps you get to sleep. But I find that sleep definitely is really important. And it's not as bad on the, say, 4 hour flights or so, or sub 4 hour flights, but definitely if I'm flying across the Pacific Ocean, it's really important. The next thing I'm going to mention here is I try to find a cafe. Uh, that definitely helps with, especially in the morning, like having some coffee. It kind of wakes me up and uh, it stimulates me enough, and I know for a long enough period of time that a cup of coffee, maybe two, should help me get to the nighttime. The next thing I'm going to go for is probably some food I'm somewhat familiar with, like a Western style restaurant. Um, it doesn't really necessarily have to be fast food, but it can be. This kind of thing reminds me and grounds me like, oh, I'm still on the same planet. And because sometimes I feel like when I first get to a place, I get overwhelmed by the sights, the sounds, the smells, and I feel kind of lost in thought. And that can be really good, but sometimes it's nice to just do the normal things. And so it's nice to eat something I could eat in my home country, the United States. The next thing I like to do is I like to meet up with locals. Whether it's at a restaurant or I meet friends of friends, I try to figure out a way to meet locals because I feel like they're in their element. They know the language, they know the dynamics, they've lived in the area presumably for a while. Um, it helps me to get my energy up and to kind of figure out the beat of the area and what people are doing, what people are working on, what the students are studying. And it's it sort of helps push me toward that sense of normalcy because I think that when you're working remotely, sometimes it's kind of there's this line blurred between I'm working remotely and I'm on vacation. And one of the things that helps me stay in a work mindset is saying, oh, other people here, many other people in this location are also working. And meeting locals, often the locals in that area, they're going to either be working or a student or perhaps both. And that can really inform you a lot about the professional atmosphere of the area and some of the types of people you might interact with in your day to day. As an example, I have a buddy in Cambodia, and he introduced me to different locals that are working professionals, and it showed me this whole other side to Cambodia than the tourism aspect that a lot of people think of. It was really interesting to have these discussions with people about technologies that are used in the United States, but that as you learn more and as you work in different places. And I'm not technically even uh, working with these individuals, but just hearing about these types of things can get me out of the mindset of, oh, I'm still like half awake from jet lag, and it kind of activates my mind. I guess one of the things that I want to point out here that's going to be really important that I didn't list before, but when you're trying to adjust to a new place, especially for the purpose of getting things done, do things to get your mind active and exercise as well. Do things to get your body active. I like to just wander and go walking and explore the neighborhood and see what's up. And these kinds of things can help me get into that rhythm. So the next thing I'll mention, and hopefully you're already considering this, but I'm going to mention it anyway. I'd say watch more videos on the place. If you feel unsure, you're uncertain, you're trying to figure out the pace, watch videos on a given city or location, and not just from one content creator, but different kinds of content creators. And then the final thing I'll mention here is say yes. Try activities you wouldn't normally try. Try restaurants you wouldn't normally try. Get out of your comfort zone. I think that really helps with adjusting to a new place. One of the things that I did was I don't, for some reason, like getting my hair cut. I'm not 100% certain why, but in Cambodia, when not too long after I got there, I said, you know what, whatever. I'm just going to trust the local barber. There's these guys on the streets with these little awnings giving haircuts. I think for $5. And I thought, you know what, whatever. I'll give it a go. It's hot. I'm on vacation. If I don't like it, I'll just let it grow back out. It was a really good haircut for $5. And not only that, it like I don't know, it connected me more to the area. Like I remember taking photographs after and thinking, oh wow, like I had a decent haircut in Cambodia. And haircut is something that seems simple, but it's something that you're going to be doing in your home city, I presume, at some points, uh, unless you're losing your hair, like I am in some way. And you'll uh, you'll want to know, can I do that in this new place? Can I easily get a haircut? Can I get a good meal? Uh, am I going to have a nice hot shower? Uh, that's something that can vary, by the way. Not all countries do have the hot showers. Um, Here it's hit or miss. Most of the places I've been, honestly, are hit or miss outside the United States, outside of the developed world. Singapore had good showers. The United States has good showers typically, but understand that some places just don't prioritize it, especially in hotter, more tropical places. So I hope these factors have been helpful. I've discussed different ways that you can adjust to a new place, whether it be sleeping, showering, eating, hitting up different cafes, getting some coffee, having a Western style meal, something that you're used to, meeting locals, getting in touch and getting to know people that they're living their lives. And you can kind of get on that vibe with them and really get into that productive mindset. I've met a lot of really interesting local professionals in different countries that you would have no idea as a tourist that some of these different kinds of industries exist. So yeah, just getting outside the box, trying different activities, and if all else fails, watching more videos on the spot. I hope these videos are helpful, and I do also hope that you have a good time in your first remote working experience. I know there's going to be different experience levels for different people, but some of these beginner videos, people that maybe haven't traveled as much abroad or long term, I think can be really helpful. So, all that being said, thank you for watching. Definitely give us a thumbs up. Subscribe if you want to see more content like this. And comment and let us know what you think. If there's some factors that you use to adjust to a new place I haven't mentioned here, please let us know. I don't know everything. I know actually a moderate amount of stuff, and I think that a lot of my viewers are sharp people. And some of you more experienced viewers definitely chime in with what your tips and tricks are, and even describe region. Maybe it's regional. Maybe when you're going to South America, you have a certain set of things that you do, whereas when you're going to Asia, East Asia, or Southeast Asia, you've got a different way of doing things. But yeah. like I said, I hope you guys have a great week. Hope you gals have a great week, and I will talk to you next time.